All right, so let's talk about tech history, Jonathan.
Yes, this week we're covering March 29th through April 4th.
What do we got? What catches your eye?
Okay, we have a couple of things. I think first electrically lighted city on the March 31st,
Oh, wow.
1880. Whoa.
Let's see. Let
First
me
elect
bring that up.
in Indiana.
Let me bring that up. Wabash, Indiana became the first city in the world to be completely illuminated by electric lighting. And the light was good. Look at it's play on the Bible, and the light was good. Wabash, Indiana became the first city in the world to be completely illuminated by electric lighting. And the light was good. Look at it's play on the Bible, and the light was good. I saw a documentary on this. It was about Tesla and Edison and how they were racing to get their technology out. And I do remember them talking about Indiana, about how they installed all their stuff in there. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
All right. I think you should choose the next one from Tech.
Yeah. You know, when I saw Microsoft Bob, I was like, what? I had completely forgotten about Bob. Bob was such a flop. I don't even think it ever made it.
What is
So Bob was like, okay, so right now we're on Windows 10, right? And prior to Windows 10 was Windows 7. And then prior to Windows 7 was Windows XP, right? I think it was. Windows XP. Prior to that was Vista, Millennium, 98, 95. Whoa. You were around for Windows 95, right? You remember that. And then prior to Windows 95 was an operating system called Windows 3 or Windows 3.1. What was unique about Windows 3.1 is that it ran on top of the DOS operating system. So the DOS operating system, just imagine a terminal. You launch your terminal and that was your operating system. You had to, if you wanted to run some kind of word processing, you would have to type it in the command line, like, MS Word or Lotus 123, or, type in the name of the game that you wanted to play or whatever the case was. But Windows 3 wasn't its own operating system. It was actually like a shell or some kind of GUI, graphical user interface, that ran on top of the console application, on top of the console operating system. So DOS was considered a console operating system. And so I think it was because they had taken the idea from, remember we talked about this, where Windows was taken from Apple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't give Apple the win for the lawsuit because it said, well, you stole it from Xerox. So you can't claim something that you didn't make. You actually stole it as well. And so, you lose, and Microsoft ended up winning that battle. And I think what they were doing is, while they were fighting, and I'm not 100% sure, I'm just speculating at this point, while they were fighting that battle between Apple and Microsoft about Windows 3.1, they're like, if we're going to lose, we got to come up with our own. So they wanted to come up with something better. So they came up with Bob. I don't know what Bob standard, what was the acronym for it, but yeah, they called it Bob. Oh, and there was a domain name called bob.com.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if we can. I wonder if it goes to anywhere. God, I hope a porn site doesn't come up. Yeah.
Bob.
So yeah, it was. I think that's what it was about. I don't know. I mean, now that I kind of look back at why Bob was being created and the whole lawsuits and stuff like that, I'm thinking that's probably why. Yeah, you see, Microsoft Bob was one of Microsoft's more visible product failures.
That's funny.
Oh, you know what? Actually, discontinued. Oh, okay. So before Windows 95 was released. Yeah. Well, it didn't win first place for PC Magazine's, PC World Magazine's 25 worst technology products of all time.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Thank you for letting me choose that one. What up? Oh, April 1st.
All right.
I think it was April Fool's Day.
April Fools.
Do you see what I see?
Yes. A is for Apple. What does that
No,
mean?
right above that.
Well, Gmail is launched too.
Oh, which one do you want to cover?
Gmail, I think, is a little more suiting.
Yeah, this is Gmail beta. Now the ubiquitous Gmail service.
Invitation only. Wow.
It's considered ubiquitous now. It's like kind of like the internet.
Yep. You just have to have it.
You should explain to our crowd what ubiquitous means. I actually just learned what it meant about 4 years ago.
Ubiquitous. Definition.
Present, appearing, or found everywhere.
Wow. Yep. Well, like even with Facebook, you have to. It's like a sign-in thing now too. So like Gmail.
Yeah. April 1st. What day was that? What year was that? 2004.
Wow.
For the longest time, it was by invite only. Pretty cool. What else we got? What else catches your eye?
What else catches my eye? The first spacecraft to orbit the moon on April 3rd
Oh, interesting.
from the Soviets, Luna 10.
This was March 31st, 1966. And then April 3rd is when it started orbiting. Did you see April 3rd right above that?
The first cell phone call. Whoa. And who was he calling that also had a cell phone?
I think he called a landline. So Martin Cooper, considered the father of cellular phones, makes his first cell phone call on a New York City street.
Wow. That thing looks huge too.
Oh man, they were bricks.
He looks so cool. I bet he felt cool too. He was like, I'm calling without a landline.
And then Microsoft is formed. Wow. So on the same day, both Microsoft and Netscape.
How many years apart was that though?
1975. And then Netscape. Oh, this is the Netscape browser. So a year after, 75, 94. That's almost 20 years, 19 years.
Ironically, 19 years after Microsoft was formed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Created the Mosaic Communication Corporation, which later was renamed to Netscape Communication. You know, up until Google Chrome, Firefox, or you know what? Actually, Firefox is still based on the Mosaic web browser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's still based on the Mosaic web browser.
Cool. Microsoft was founded on this day.
How
Really?
crazy how it's like to the day, huh? Bill Gates was 19.
Whoa.
Paul Allen, 22. That just seems wrong, huh?
Ow.
I mean, here you got a kid that could barely vote, and you got a guy that can drink. It's like, you got a great idea? Let's start a company. That's crazy.
Nerds.
That's cool.
All right. That's all we have for this month in history.
Well, that was exciting.